10. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm so sorry that all of our labs are now online for the rest of the semester. I'm going to really miss seeing all of you every week. But I hope everyone is adjusting well and practicing social distancing and taking this seriously, but also taking some time to relax. And maybe watch a funny show like Broad City. So some announcements. This lab is going to be, first of all, SPSS. You need SPSS for this assignment. If you haven't successfully downloaded it, there's a free 2-week trial available here at that link. Please let me know if you're having trouble with either of those. If you can't download it for any reason, just let me know. I'm here to help. Secondly, what I was saying originally, this is going to be a bit longer of a lab just because we have a lot of stuff to go over. So feel free to pause and make me shut up for a little bit while you go get coffee or something. And lastly, I'm going to be posting these labs by Sunday. That's my goal, is to post them the Sunday before our labs. Our labs meaning Wednesday at 3:30. You are free to just ignore these labs until Wednesdays at 3:30 and just pretend that we're still in school, and then you have a few extra hours to turn the assignments because they're due at midnight, or you can do it early. I just want to give everybody options. So, due on Wednesday the 25th at midnight, so that is this week's lab, lab 10. Proposal paper number 3, which is your second article review, and scale assignment data analysis, which is the in-lab assignment 6 that we'll be going over today. And then due the following week, so lab 11 on April 1st at midnight, is in-lab assignment 7. We're going to be starting that today, and I'm going to be going over examples, but it's not actually due until the following lab. So an outline for today. We're first going to evaluate your scale using the data you collected, which is in-lab assignment 6. We're going to go over some factorial designs, which is in-lab assignment 7. It won't be due until next week, like I said. And then finally, we're going to revisit the final proposal paper assignment. So let's start with scale evaluation. So we have in-lab assignment 6 to look at. I'll be uploading it to Canvas, so you can look at it while you're doing the assignment. But some basic steps are entering the data into SPSS, following the instructions. You write and type your answers on the assignment sheet, write or type. So if you want to write them out and then scan it, that's fine too. And then turn it in on Canvas. So let's go over this together. First of all, you need to get your data. So if you use Google Forms, this is what your responses, here's your questions, this is what your responses look like. You're going to need to download this data. So in the upper right here, you can hit download responses. I've already done that, so I'm not going to re-download it. My responses are right here, this untitled form. I'm going to go ahead and open it with Excel. Here we are. So as you see, it exports with words and not numbers. So instead of a 1, it exports strongly disagree and vice versa. These are your variables up top. So I like dogs, I like cats, I like fish, I like bears, I hate animals, etc. And then here are your responses. Your job is to transfer the responses into numbers. So I just typed them out here so I could remember myself right here. So this is our scale of what the numbers actually correspond to. So our second step is to go into SPSS so we can actually have data in SPSS. If it opens, that is. There we go. And this will be similar to how yours opens if you use the free trial, and exactly like how yours opens if you download it from Penn State. So what we're going to do is just X out of this window, and here we have our untitled 1 data set. So if we go to variable view on the lower right, variable view, we're going to go ahead and type in how many variables we have. I only have 5 for this example. You all have 10, I believe. So I'm just going to name them V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5 to represent my 5 variables. And if we go to data view, we'll now see that there are 5 variables, V1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I will start inputting people's responses. So for this first person, let me highlight it so we can all see. I'm going to input this person's responses, and let me make the text bigger. There we go. So person 1 to variable 1, which is this one right here, said strongly disagree, which if we look at my sheet, sorry, I keep bringing the wrong sheets up, is a 1. So you type 1. To variable 2, they also said strongly disagree, that's a 1. Then they said disagree, which is 2. Neutral, which is 3. Strongly agree, which is 5. And you'll go ahead for all your participants. So then we have disagree, 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 agree, disagree. Next we have strongly disagree, disagree, strongly disagree, disagree, strongly disagree. Then we have agree, which is 4. Agree, 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 strongly agree. And lastly, we have agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree, disagree. So that's me putting in my small data set. I know you have 15 responses and 10 variables, so it might take you a little bit longer, but that's exactly how you input them. So we can close that out, close that out. Now let's go to the assignment sheet. Okay, so here we are. Let me zoom in on this a little bit for everybody. So I'll have your name, your section number. And step 1 is to reverse score the negatively worded items. So firstly, you're going to want to note which one of your items are reverse scored. My variable 5 was reverse scored. So what you're going to do is select transform, move this over here, select transform, recode into different variables, and this sheet comes up. Now we've done this before, so you may remember how to do this, but let me just go over it again. You need to pick each of your variables that are reverse scored. My variable 5 was reverse scored, so I put it in here. Let's pick an output name. I like to make it very clear that I reversed this one so that I remember to pick it. Reverse variable 5, label, reverse variable 5, hit change, and then you need to go to old and new values. So if we remember how we reverse scored stuff, let me pull up this sheet again. Your 1 becomes a 5, 2 to 4, 3 to 3, 4 to 2, and 5 to 1. So that way on left side you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if somebody answered strongly disagree, but it's reverse scored, you need to score them as a 5. So if you follow the instructions here, it tells you exactly how to do that. I just wanted to explain a little bit. So we will go old value is 1, new value is 5, old value 2, new value 4, 3 to 3, 4 to 2, and 5 to 1. And you're hitting add in between all of those. So here we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the right side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you double check that you did this correctly. So the numbers should be in order, just in ascending and descending. Then you're going to hit continue. And then finally, okay. And you should have an output box come up. There we go. So this output is just telling you what SPSS did. So it's saying we recoded variable 5 into reverse variable 5. You don't need to worry about that though. Okay, so then we see we now have a reverse variable. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse 5, which means that it worked. And then it also turned my 5, variable 5, into reverse 5, which is 1, 5 into 2, reverse into 4, 5, 1, reverse 5, etc. So we see that it worked. So that's step 1. Step 2, how to compute your coefficient alpha. So you're going to make your scale alpha. So you're going to select analyze, and then scale, and then reliability analysis. Move this over here. You're going to click on each of the item numbers for the scale that you've selected and send them to the right. Now make sure that you select your reverse item and not the item that needed to be reversed. So my scale was 5 items, so it's still going to be 5 items. It just is 1, 2, 3, 4, and reverse 5. So you don't want to include the unreverse items and the reverse items. The reverse items replace what they reversed. So if you had 10 items to start, you should have 10 items when you finish. The reverse